Hi, I'm Joel.
And I'm Leah, and today's video is all about the quickest way to learn a new accent.
So today's video is really exciting. It's very kindly been sponsored by the Real Accent app.
And we're really lucky that we're working with them because we've actually been a big fan of their apps for quite a while.
Yeah.
We already own and use the USA version of their app and the English version.
Yeah, but very recently they released two new ones. They released the Celtic Nations and the European app. Both are accents that I think neither of us are that familiar with. I'm certainly not very familiar with either of them, Celtic accents or European.
The Greek accent on the European app,
Yeah.
I'm familiar with because my family are Greek, so I loved listening to that part.
Yeah, so this app is super handy, especially for professional actors who need to nail an accent before they go into an audition or stepping into a role.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like having an accent coach, but just in your pocket on your phone.
Yeah.
So whereas before, probably you'd have to call up a friend and be like, oh, do we know anyone who's got a Scottish accent? And it's just like having real people from that area. It's just amazing. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. So I think a real selling point of the app is the word real that's in the title, because all the accents that are on the app are from real people that actually speak that accent.
Yeah, so the developers don't sit in their studio and just record what they think an Edinburgh accent sounds like. They actually go to the place.
Yeah.
They speak to real people. They'll record a male, a female, and then maybe someone older, so you can get a real variation of the same accent.
So I've chosen an accent from the Celtic Nations app. I'm going to be working on a Scottish accent, and more specifically, an Edinburgh accent.
And I've chosen an accent from the European app, and I've decided to go with French. We want to see if we can learn a new accent in 2 days. So what we've done is we've filmed ourselves saying 3 sentences before using the app and 3 sentences after practicing for a couple of hours, 48 hours later.
Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. So the next sentence is something that you will only really hear in Scotland. It's something very specific, and it means you're looking a bit weird, you're looking a bit off colour or ill. You're looking a bit peely-wally. You're looking a bit peely-wally. The next sentence is something that highlights the ooh vowel in Scottish, which I think is a really fun sound that they have, so I'll give it a go. The gloomy group of suitors were moved by the beautiful moon. The gloomy group of suitors were moved by the beautiful moon.
As we know, I've chosen French, so here we go with my 3 sentences. One of them's going to be informative, and 2 of them are going to be to do with specific vowel sounds.
Okay.
Often people discriminate against the French accent. Often people discriminate against the French accent. So the next sentence has got the H sound in it, which I've heard is quite difficult for the French. So here we go. This is my house. This is my house. And the last sentence is using the TH sound. The tuck shop is over there. The tuck shop is over there. So I think what was really interesting whilst learning and spending time on the work was the things that actually really make a huge difference are really tiny changes. Like for instance with the French, I was learning that the H sound is sort of dropped entirely. So instead of house, it was house. So that was, for me, that was quite a nice discovery along the way.
Definitely.
And the other thing was just sort of going for it.
Yeah, oh definitely. I think for me, Scottish is an accent that I have never really done. My automatic thing is to tell people, no, I can't do Scottish, I can't do it. But I've just learned that the only way you're going to get better at an accent is by practicing and putting the work in. And it's not perfect yet, I still need to work on it a bit more. But for 2 days' work, you know, I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good, I think. What would you say your favourite thing is on the app?
I really like the real stories. So you know at the end of, when you've worked through, at the end there's a thing that says real stories.
Big city next
And basically they've interviewed each different person who speaks with that accent. And it's probably about 5 to 10 minutes per person. They just give their life story. I really love that it's sort of on autoplay, so you can just have it on repeat while you're on public transport or while you're in the car. And it's also good because it doesn't just help you listen to someone with the accent, but because they talk about their life in Scotland and in Edinburgh, you sort of learn a bit about the culture and the city as well. So you're not just learning about the accent, you're learning about the real people that live there.
I think for learning, the best thing on the app is the record and compare feature. So you type your name in, so I type Leah, and then I practice listening to a native speaker saying a sentence, and then I just record myself saying that same sentence, and I'm able to listen back to how good or how bad I was.
Yeah. I think that's the hardest part, isn't it? Is when you haven't quite made that standard yet.
Yeah.
But you have to acknowledge that
You're
learning and that you're going to sound rubbish to begin with.
Yeah, definitely.
And then by the end of it, you're just playing theirs and playing yours, and you're like, I sound pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I think the most helpful thing that I've been telling myself is that no one has to hear this. Well, now they do because it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But, which is why it's so scary, because you make yourself vulnerable and you're like, oh no, people are going to hear me doing something that I'm not good at. But when you're practicing at home, you can just be saying to yourself, yeah, I'm probably going to sound stupid for a bit, but no one's going to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm only sounding stupid to myself. So that takes the pressure off a bit, I think.
And the other thing that I've noticed is that it's very easy to go quieter because you're scared that you're going to amplify your mistakes if you speak on voice any louder. So just sort of being able to just have a go at it loudly, loud and proud.
Yeah.
You should fail spectacularly or not try at all.
Definitely, exactly. That's the perfect attitude to have.
So thanks once again to the developers of the Real Accent app for having us try this.
Yeah.
It's been really fun.
It's really fun. As we said, we've been using this app for years, so we're really excited to finally be able to work with them. And I'm pretty sure that they're working on an Africa app at the moment, which will be insane.
Please let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, if you like this style. And we would love to hear if you're learning any accents at the minute.
Yeah.
What you're dealing with, if you've tried this app.
Definitely. We'll link them down in the description below. You can find their apps on the App Store. It works both with Android and with Apple devices, so you're covered there.
Definitely.
And leave us a like and a comment, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.